Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance Channel. It is, of course, once again time for a shop tour. Our last Thursday in March, and I'm hoping it's our last freezing cold day. For some reason, we were at 20 degrees this morning. Everything's been budding up and real nice, and then we get this hard freeze, so that'll kind of screw all that kind of stuff up. But anyway, looks like the weather's going to warm up as we go here over the next week. But yeah, shop tour. So last week we were getting ready for Eagles Canyon. We're going to get to that when we get to the other end of the shop. So for now, we'll start here at the bench like always, right in the middle of assembling John Brackey's E-Production Z3 2.5 liter BMW engine. So big honking engines, a lot more weight than I'm used to hauling around. I think just the block itself weighs about as much as an entire Miata engine. So, but got everything done. Everything's prepped. Working on installing the pistons and connecting rods now. And then I'll work on getting the rest of the bits and pieces cleaned, CC the cylinder head, get the head gasket coming, things like that. So looking really good on this. John's planning on running at Blackhawk, which is not until the first weekend of May. So I think he's going to be here in a couple of weeks to pick it up, get it installed, drag the car back down. We'll get it dynoed. We'll be looking good. So that's what we're doing over here. In the meantime, we've got Bill Knight's car completely finished, dynoed, broken in, ready to go. Everything is just beautiful, perfect. They're going to be coming to pick the car up tomorrow and do a test day down at Hallett before we actually go down to the Super Tour. So really excited for him to get going this season. So we're getting close. As you can see, the nose is on Taz's car, so it actually fits pretty good. This is some of the early body work that Perry did. The paint worked out good, the spoiler's nice. We always fought a little bit with this seam by the front of the hood, but it's mainly these hoods that come from this place in Florida. I can't even remember the name of the place. Nice hoods, fiberglass hoods. But you can see the nose is all on. I've got the screen back in, fresh paint, brake ducts are hooked up. Everything is looking good. So all I have to do now is find a minute to finish up the shifter mechanism for the car and then do a final cleaning and final prep and be ready to get this thing advertised. So hopefully this will be up on the market in the next week. So getting really close on that. Haven't touched Bill's CRX this week, but I did get the big brake kit in, which is sitting over by the door. Came in UPS yesterday. So once I kind of get things settled out here, I'll be able to get this back up on the lift. And I'm actually waiting for him to ship me his transmission as well. We're going to do a transmission change, big brakes. We'll get this done before Hallett. It's not going to be a problem. So I haven't touched Doug Weaver's car either. But let's get into our little Eagles Canyon recap. Why don't we? As you can see, I'm already working on the car over here. And it is very disassembled at this point. Okay, well, let's start from the beginning. If you've never been to Eagles Canyon, this is a must-do track. And I don't say that about a lot of racetracks because I've been to most of them in the country. This one is a must-go-to track. If you haven't been there, go there. The facility is awesome. The paddock is awesome. The track is super smooth. Huge elevation. It's a real driver's track. There's not really long straights. Top speed for this car was only about 104 miles an hour, but your average stays up there pretty good. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the track a lot. Had a really good day Saturday. The lap times kept dropping, and the race was going great on Sunday. And then with about a lap and 2 corners to go, I had no drive. It just went from pulling strong to zing, nothing, nobody home. No gears, nothing. I was really concerned that the transmission broke, but when I got back, got unloaded here and drained the fluid out of the transmission, it just looked beautiful. So then I got to thinking to myself, I bet it's clutch problem. So come down close and take a look what I found. There are 0 splines left on this clutch disc. So this is a Tilton clutch and setup, which I don't normally use, but when your clutch disc slides on your teeth like this, you're not gonna attach the engine to the driveline. So the clutch disc completely stripped out. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but the engagement depth on these discs is very shallow, only about 380 thousandths depth on these discs. This one is another Tilton disc, which came off of the other engine, and it's got an extra 200 thousandths. So this is like 580 thousandths depth on this disc. So that is better, but I don't really like the looks of these discs. And to be 100% honest, I'm not even all that big of a fan of Tilton clutches. So we're going to chalk this failure up to a component that I have not fiddled with yet in this car. So I've got a new powertrain clutch coming. You can see it's a 7 1/4 single disc setup, which is plenty to hold the amount of horsepower that this little car's got. But I'm going to change out the clutch completely, and I'll probably just hang on to this disc and the best of the parts of one of these Tiltons just for a spare. But fortunately, I'm going to chalk this up to best case scenario for 2 reasons. If this clutch disc had not failed on me with a lap and 2 corners to go at Eagles Canyon, I would have gone down to Hallett in 3 weeks, and it would have failed in the very first session, and I would have had no parts with me. So very fortunate. I feel very fortunate, even though wasn't able to win the race, very fortunate that this failure actually happened when it did. The transmission performed very well. The car performed well, made a few changes over the weekend. Obviously still learning about how to drive a little front-wheel drive car, but boy, she performed really well. Everything worked, all the components worked beautiful. The car felt really well. Of course, the Hoosier tires were awesome, and these were even tires that I had run at the sprints last year. And I ran those 2 sets of tires all weekend, and the car just performed really well. Learned a lot about how she and I get together or get along with each other, and learning all the little nuances. So I've already started my list, of course, and I've got a clutch ordered, so we will be able to get this baby back together, and we'll go to Hallett in 3 weeks. So looking forward to that. Now, other Eagles Canyon race reports. Steven Simons won both days in F production. There were 3 F production Miatas, all customers of mine, Steven and Perry and Wade McBride. I think Steven was first. Steven was definitely first both days. Perry was second on Sunday, and then Wade was second on. Let me get this straight. Perry was second on Saturday. Wade was second on Sunday. And then Tyler Ladd got the opportunity for the first time to actually have a full race weekend in the BMW, the Z3, my old car, and got faster and faster and faster as the week went on, as he got used to what that car does. A lot more power than he's used to in his spec Miata. Handles different, but he did really well and ended up setting the lap record on Sunday. He won both days. Congratulations to Tyler and to Steven. So basically, JPM Engines kind of swept the weekend, except for Sunday when I had my little clutch failure. So, like I said, fantastic track. There were a ton of racers down there. Really nice facility. I just couldn't have been happier with how the weekend went, honestly. So, really good time. If you haven't been, go. In case I haven't said that already 10 times. So, that's kind of the race report for this week. So now we're back in the shop, back to work. Lots to get done in the next couple of weeks before we go to Hallett. Lots of engines to take apart, put together, cars to work on, looking really good. So appreciate you guys watching as always. We will have, I'm going to come up with some in-car footage from the car so you guys can see how awesome this track is. That'll probably be another week or so till we get to that. And I've also got a really interesting car going on to the dyno tomorrow that I'm going to get some footage for you guys that I think is going to be really cool. So not going to really divulge what it is until we get that completed. But like always, appreciate you guys watching. Looks like we're going to have hats in stock pretty soon. We'll probably showcase those next week if they come in, which I think they're going to. so you guys can get a look at those, and I can talk to you about pricing and things like that if you guys want to get one. These are not going to be like the bonfire shirts that we've done in the past where you can just order them online. I'm going to have them here in the shop. Do I want to ship out 50 hats? Not really, but I will definitely consider it, and I'll definitely be bringing them to the track where you can buy them. And if you like them, try it on, check it out, see what you think, and go from there. But yeah, that's our shop tour for the week. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Stay warm. See you next week.